She's a survivor, family woman, writer, author, life coach, inspirational and public speaker, entrepreneur, author, and poet. She also serves as a volunteer on the Speakers Bureau with the Rape, Abuse, and Incest Network, the Denton County Friends of the Family Speakers Bureau and Sexual Assault Response Team, and is the founder director of the Hope Saves Ministry. Other honorable appointments include her serving on the National Bipartisan Task Force to End Sexual Violence with Congresswoman Jackie Speier, Rep. Annie Custer, Patrick Meehan, David Joyce, and Emmy Award-winning actress Mariska Hargitay, as well as she has served on the Texas Sexual Violence Task Force with Representative Victoria Need. Lavinia has also, she has a self-published 2 books. The first one entitled Breathe Again. That sounds good. Breathe Again. How Rape Brought a Woman of Misery to a Woman of Ministry, and Genie in a Bottle. And you're going to tell a little bit more about yourself? Okay. Look, because I went online and had an opportunity to read on some of the stuff that you have accomplished. Very awesome. So let's give her a hand clap as she comes forward.
All right.
Well, like she said, I am Lavinia Masters, and I'm not going to do a speech. I'm just going to, yeah, you guys got all the formal stuff. So I'm the fun person, I'm the live person, I'm the comedy relief. But like she said, I am Lavinia Masters, and I kind of want to start with my story. But I want to start with, I don't know if you guys remember baby Jessica back in 1987. Jessica McClure that fell in the well in her aunt's backyard. And how we watched as a world, as a country, as a community, how they came to rescue her. And I think it took them from October the 14th through the 16th, 56 hours of rescuing this baby out of this well. Everybody was in love with baby Jessica. Are we going to get baby Jessica out of this well, you know, and all of that she went through. And it made me think, because at this time I had been a victim of a violent sexual assault 2 years prior. And I kind of felt like baby Jessica. I was like, oh, they're going to rescue me. Is somebody going to come help me? Is somebody looking for my rapist? Is somebody trying to find my perpetrator? Why am I here alone in the dark? This is how I felt as a victim of sexual assault. And only to find out that nobody was looking for me. Nobody cared about me. Nobody thought about me, because I found out that my rape kit was sitting on a shelf for over 20-something years. But let me back up before I get to how God has made all of that turn to sunshine for me. I was also a victim of childhood sexual abuse. I don't remember much of it, like I don't remember who it was. I can care less now because God has healed me from all of that. But when we tie that in with bullying, because we were dealing with a lot of with bullying here today, I remember how I was bullied as a child. And part of the childhood sexual abuse, it strips you of who you are and what you see and how others see you, like everybody said here today. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was stripped of a lot of that. A lot of that was my self-confidence, my esteem about who I was. And so your mindset now is, I'm supposed to be abused. They're supposed to take advantage of me. People are supposed to do what they want to do to me. I don't care. And so that was pretty much my attitude. As I got older, after my rape kind of messed me up. It really set me back. You know, I'm childhood sexual abuse, okay, bullying, okay, but when I was raped at knife point and I was threatened, you know, because that was a form of bullying to me as well. Your power, breaking in my house, put the knife to my throat, and you're just taking from me, and I don't even know you. I mean, it's not that I need to know you, but still, this is a whole different form of bullying. It's a whole different form, and it really messed me up. It really messed me up. And so I really went into a dark place with this, and I remember an incident when I got in high school. I was in the 10th grade, living in Houston. I'm not going to call his name out because he's a police officer now, and if he sees my Facebook Live, he'll know who I'm talking about him. But anyway, this guy was like the high school, you know, sweetheart, handsome. I mean, he was cute, had the gold tooth and everything, the good baby hair, all that stuff, you know, and he chose me. But he was He was a bully. And I didn't realize how much of a bully he was because he was so subtle with it. But it was like, I want you over here. When I call you, you this, and that. Okay. Then finally I was like, wait a minute, hold up. This sounds too familiar. This is making me feel like something is not right. So what I did, I'm going to say his name. It was lunchtime. I mean, all the girls wanted him. Everybody told me how lucky I was. I'm like, this is a fool. I don't know what y'all all excited about. Because something's wrong with him. Something's not right. We're in high school. I'm in the 10th grade. You just a junior, bro. I don't know what you're going through right now. But you're going to stop talking to me like this. And so I didn't have the confidence to snap, but I finally built up the confidence. You know what? I'm going to let him go. Because he think he all that. Everybody want him. They going to have him. Because I tell you what, you and your rings, because I'm not materialistic, we finna get rid of this today. So it was in between classes at lunchtime. And I told him. He met me in lunch because certain time had, if you like, where he was at. Where you, I'm like, hold up. Now I know my daddy wasn't in my house coming up, but I don't think my daddy would even talk to me like that because my mama didn't talk to me like that. So I told him, I stood there, he busted, he would turn red and everything. Cute as he wanted to be, though. I ain't gonna lie, he was something else. But I looked at him and I said, you know what? I can't do this no more. Do what? I said, do this. I can't do this. You know, and that, me not dealing with my rape, that was really, it was like, because I'm gonna kill you, boy, in a minute. Because you're making me think of that guy that I did not know who it was that raped me that night and how you're talking to me. And so I gave him his little rings and everything, and I said, I can't do this anymore. Oh my God, it was a scene at the mall. He had a fit, and I just stood there because I made up in my mind, this is not going to happen to me anymore. You know, whether boyfriend, stranger, I can't because I'm going to be in jail somewhere. It's something that's not right. And I didn't understand it. My mom had been through a lot, and I didn't know it at that time, but nobody was there to support me or help me through the process of this. So as a 15-year-old at the time, I'm like, this ain't right. I'm going to kill somebody. You know, and I really tried to take my life. And then I'm like, I'm going to kill somebody else. It's not adding up. So I told him he acted a fool, of course. You know, he cussed me out. You know, then he said, nobody ever loved you like I do. I hope they don't. Because I don't know what kind of love this is, but I hope they don't. You know, and I said, boy, get your rings and go. And before I knew it, it was the next day. I'm going to say his name. I'm not going to put you out like that. He brought a gun to school to kill me. I didn't know this. And one of his friend girls who really didn't like me, she came and told me because she was afraid. I said, girl, go on somewhere. I thought they were just everybody trying to hype me up because when I broke up with him, it was a big deal at this school. And so next thing you know, I'm in choir, and the resource officer and the assistant dean is coming to get me out of choir. And everybody's like, what did she do? What did she do? And I'm looking like, what? I don't remember doing nothing. What happened? So they say, do you know? They call his name out. I said, oh, Lord, yes, I know him. They said, what did you do to him? What did I do to him? What you mean what I do? I got tired of his craziness. That's what I did to him. I gave him his ring back when he said I stole something. I didn't know what he had said. So we get down to the office. They said, well, you shouldn't have did it. You know, they're making jokes about it. They said, this boy is gone crazy. I walk in, they open the door, they open another door. He's handcuffed to the desk. He saw me. He's just like a mad animal trying to get out of the cage. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm scared now. And so they set me down, and they told me that he had brought a weapon to school to end my life because I broke up with him. Wow. I'm like, Lord, because I was raised in church. I prayed when my rapist was on top of me. If you get him off of me, I promise you I'm going to serve you to the day I die. I was like, Lord, I don't know. But it had to be something I saw to get rid of this. And my whole point of all of that coming back up to my rape and my childhood sexual abuse, is like, and everybody else, it's like those things, they see us, the weak in us, and we're like, they prey on us. And they take advantage of us. But me being, thank God today that my mom and my grandmother raised me the way they raised me. Where I went back to my first love, and I said, Lord, I need healing from this. Because something is not right. My mom had been a victim of sexual violence and domestic violence. And she couldn't really give me the support I needed. My father was not in the home. You know, my grandmother had died when I was 9 years old. So it's like I'm out here in this world with untrained counselors. I'm acting out at school. I'm acting a fool, hoping somebody say, "What's wrong with you, baby girl? You didn't act this way before. You were straight A. Now you come in here, you're starting up, you're acting out, we're kicking you out of class." What happened over the summer? Nobody did that. You know, and that's another reason I like to raise awareness, because I'm like, these counselors, these schools, these principals, we need to step up to the plate and recognize that every kid is not just a bad kid. Yeah. Something could be happening in their home that's not right. Something could be happening in their lives that need to be paid attention to. And we say we're educators and we have a love and passion for children, but we ignore all of that. And it's like, where's my paycheck at, the ISD? That's all I'm worried about. We're going to write these kids up resources, put them out in an office or put them out. And we're adding to the problem instead of the solution. But getting back to me and my little craziness, my little world. I don't mind being called crazy because it's been a roller coaster ride for me. I'm not even like it has been amazing to go through this. And all I had to trust on was God. That's what I'm telling you, that's all you need. That's all you need. I promise you that's all you need. But I had no idea that something like because I felt like my soul was stripped from me when I was raped at 13 years old. I felt like I would never be the same. And then the psychological of it started messing with me, and how I started seeing people and how I started thinking about others, and that people were really selfish, and men thought they can do what they wanted to do, how they can do it, talk to you any kind of way. They were creating a monster in me. These monsters were creating monsters. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not putting up with this mess. No way, no how. You better believe that one. And I just turned into a whole different type of person. But you know, I met my husband. Bless his heart. He's been married for 29 years. And I love me some Ricky Lee. Everybody said that, Ricky Lee. But I'm going to tell you, that Ricky Lee done been through something with me. Because I met him when I was 17, turning 18. And I hadn't even started my healing process. But I told him about my rape. I was honest. I was transparent with him about that. He was like, okay. I know that was one okay he wish he would have never said okay to. But I thank God for him because he was patient with me. And he realized that something was wrong with me. And he got called into the ministry. They say them Harrys will run you up in there with God. He got called into the ministry, bless his heart. And I knew that I had to really work on me. I had to really focus back to my first love. And that was with Christ and what I knew. And I'm like, so God, can you fix this? It's not a physical ailment. I'm not crippled. I can walk, I can see, I can talk. But I'm like messed all up in my head, in my heart, psychologically. Can you go that deep down and do something like that? Yes, he can. Yes. I'm a witness. Yes, he can. And when he began to do that, and when he began to restore and heal and make me into the person I am today, I said, Lord, not only did I thank him, but I remember that promise when that rapist was on top of me, and he asked how old I was, and I said 12, because you know when you turn 13 as a girl, you thought you was grown. So I figured, if I say 12, he gonna get up and leave me alone. All he said was damn, and kept raping me. And so at that moment, he kept asking me questions. So I remember what my grandmother said. She said, if you're ever in a time of trouble, she said, call on the name of Jesus. Yeah. I took that literally. So I said, Jesus, while he was raping me. He was like, what? What you say? And I said, oh, I got him. I struck a nerve right there. You know, and I was one of the bad kids like that. I said it again. You know, and he said, shut up. You said one more time to kill you. So I took a chance. Third time's the charm. You come on through, Lord. Because I said Jesus again. You know, and that's when he stopped, you know, and he put me face down on the couch. And I didn't know if he was going to take my life or what, but I'm still here, and I'm thankful for that. But I knew, I said, Lord, I made a promise, because I began to go into a chant. I said, if I survive this, I'm going to serve you until I die. And I kind of got off track, which we all do sometimes doing that growing up, but I had to come back. And I said, but you got to help me, because I can't go before people messed up. I can't go before people with this mask that I worn for years. I want to be transparent. I want to be real, because I want people to be helped. I want them to know that they don't have to continue to live in the rut that they are in. You don't have to wear those masks. You don't have to pretend you're okay and you're not okay. You can call those psychiatrists. You better call those counselors. You better sit down and work it out. You better get that crap out of you before it kills you. And that's why I had to do it. When God took me through through my whole transformation, then it was like, okay, what I'm going to do with it? I got to help somebody else. So when I went to get my kit reopened, part of my healing was I wrote my book, my first book, Breathe Again, because I wanted to help other victims. I wanted them to come out. It was like how we did with, New Orleans. You know, we had to go rescue them. We can't be selfish all our lives. You know, you have to think about others. That's what we're here for, to bear each other burdens. So I had to go back. I said, I got to go back and help my sisters, help my brothers that are broken, because I began to identify. I would meet people and I can tell, even though they're talking to me, they're faking the funk. They're tore up. They're messed up. You know, and I'm like, be real with me, because I'm going to be real with you. It's nasty. It hurts. It's embarrassing. You don't want to talk about that, but you find yourselves in unhealthy relationships where somebody is beating on you and taking advantage of you, and you're in unhealthy relationships with friendships, and they're always taking advantage of you and using you. Don't live that way. You can live free, and you can live joyous. And you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to help them. And part of my help, I didn't even know the doors that God was opening up for me when I decided to say, I'll go. And when I decided to say, I'll go, I got a little bit upset because I found out that my kit wasn't even examined. I was like, wait, hold up. So I was ready July 31st, and you saying August 2nd, it was suspended? That's like, what, 2.5 days? Did you not care what happened to me? Well, we sorry, Levin. You sorry. I know you are sorry. But you know what? I got mad for a second. But I said, you know what, Lord? Okay, I'm going to do something about this. We're going to do something about it. Because it's ridiculous. Because if I had to go through that hell, I can only imagine the thousands of people, the hell they're going through. Because you disregarded them and who they are and what they are. And all the things that happened to them with that heinous rape. So I got out. I started knocking on doors. I started writing letters to the governor. I went to Chris Harris. I went to Michael Burgess. I said, do you guys know that there are thousands of rape kits that we don't have a statute of limitations? We can't even prosecute. Oh, yeah, this passed me. And I've been fighting. And that started in 2004. 2004, I started that fight. Fast forward, some legislations would listen to me. I met Wendy Davis along the way. She started helping me. She said, you know, they want to change the statute of limitations. It didn't happen. She got out of office. She was senator. And then I met little Miss, I call her my little fire starter, Miss Victoria Niave. She's a representative down here in the Dallas area. And she asked me to be a part of her task force to help end the rape kit backlog and the different laws, you know, associated with it. So I was like, yeah, I'll be on your task force. And first thing I said, I walk up in there meeting like I'm the boss. Everybody up in there, lawyers and judges and DAs and stuff. I sat down, they said, let the videos. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I don't like meetings. If we ain't gonna do nothing, we're not gonna be here. I'm telling you now, I'm the one that's gonna make sure it happens. You're not gonna sit here and tell me we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it. I said, no, it's gonna happen, because I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna tell the public, I'm gonna get on TV, and I'm gonna say, they ain't doing nothing about it. I said, that's me, that's Lavinia. They look like I was crazy, but I'm like, I'm here for the people. Enough of us playing with people's emotions. Yeah. They are destroyed, they are hurting, and you wonder why our world sometimes is in the shape that it's in, because we don't care about anybody and what's happening internally with their mental health, like what you just talked about. So then, Victoria, we went through the meetings, and I'm traveling here, and I'm steady going here, and I'm speaking here, and I'm speaking my mind. And so it gets to, they broke me down, y'all. We get to the end of, because I'm not good with all this legal stuff, but the end of the meetings, and it's time for the sessions in legislation. So I'm going back and forth, Austin testifying, and so she called me one day, and I'm going to the library, I'm in the car. And she goes, Lavinia? And I said, yes. And she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to the library. She goes, we want to ask you something. She's talking about the House bill, the number, it's a low number. We think this, that. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what all that means. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't want to seem ignorant either, but, and then she goes, and we want to know, can we name it for you? Wow. Name it for me. Like what you mean? Like, name it the Lavinia Masters Act. Wow. I said, like, name a law after me? She said, yes, Lavinia, you've been doing all this work, and then your story inspired us, and this, and that, and the rape kit backlog is, oh man, you should have saw me. I'm like, Lord, I don't go and see me in this car. I'm snapping. No. It was so emotional to me, but I I was really crying because to me, it was God shining a seal of approval on me, saying that everything you've done, every tear you've cried, everything that you've done along and been obedient and been steadfast, doing his will, if you ask me, because it was not about me. I didn't care if I got praise. I don't care if people don't know my name. I didn't ask for one dime. My concern was people in their spirits, in their psychological, in their well-being after being victims of sexual violence, because it leads to other things that destroy you, like domestic violence and bullying, and you don't even realize it. And I'm like, there's got to be something I can do about it. So that's how we got here with the Lavinia Masters Act, House Bill 8, and it requires an audit of untested rape kits to determine the number of status and location of all rape kits in Texas. It creates a timeline for the submission, testing, and analysis of all ready selected kits. It prohibits law enforcement agencies from destroying rape kits related to an uncharged or unsolved case until the latter of the length of the statute of limitations or 50 years. It tolls the statute of limitations for sexual assault and aggravated sexual assaults until the rape kit is tested. And it increased the timelines to the Texas Department of Public Safety to maintain rape kits classified as non-reports from 2 to 5 years. So they have made great strides in the state of Texas for victims of sexual assault, and for those victims who don't want to give your name right now, we stress that you still go in and get examined, because we can sometimes find other rapists. We got serial rapists out there with their DNA evidence, and at that moment you don't have to say, well, I want to give my name. Just do it as a John Doe, like the lady that recently came forward with, I can't think of that crazy boy name up there. What's his name? That judge said. That personal trainer? No, was he a college kid, and the judge said he come from a good family. Rock? Yes, him. But you don't have to give your name right now, but at least give the evidence, because you can be stopping so many predators that are out there that are roaming these streets and who are not identified, but that evidence is sitting on shelves. So that was the importance of all of this. And that is the importance of why I do what I do. Like I said, I didn't look for it to be a law. And it's a coincidence that my shirt says Trailblazer. This is an event that we put on with some ladies, and they call me a Trailblazer. And so I'm getting, next Friday, the 4th, as a matter of fact, I'm getting recognized State of Texas Trailblazer Award, Real Life Hero. And I'm like, Lord, I didn't ask for all of this. I didn't ask for all of this, but I appreciate it, and I'm humbled, because I'm humbled that people are getting help, and that you guys have a mouth to go with it, because I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed to talk about what happened to me. I'm not ashamed to come help you. I'm not ashamed to get in the trenches with you. I want people to know this is something we need to talk about and take away the taboo that comes with it, or the shame that used to come with it, or the whole, you know how we used to do, what happens in this house, we don't talk outside this house. We got to eliminate all of that. We have to train our children so they can come to us and talk about these things. So I'm excited to be here. I thank Star again for the invitation, Miss Sasha for the graceful giving me my present, and how she did the, what do you call these, pulling those things out the, what do you call it? Anyway, raffles. But I enjoyed you guys. I appreciate you guys, and God bless you.
Anybody have any questions for her?
Sorry.
Can I ask one? So what was the outcome after reopening?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. After reopening my kit, of course, statute of limitations had expired. I had lost 2 of them. And then my perpetrator, he was in prison for the other race, but he had got out at a 10-year tenure, and he was coming up for parole again. But then my case was solved, and so when we did our whole campaign to protest his release, of course, state parole board called us and said, no, we're not going to be the laughing stock of Texas. I'm like, you already are, unfortunately. But he's still in there, needless to say, because they offset every 2 years. I don't protest his parole anymore, because since then we put a law together in 2009. Clark, what was his name? DA, what's the old DA name? Watkins, I'm sorry, that's my buddy too. DA Watkins had wrote a law up for us where those of old who can't grandfather our cases, our DNA is on these guys' CPS records now. So even if you have family members that they say, I have an old rape kit, but my statute of limitations has expired and he did this, well, they are supposed to use your DNA evidence still on his DPS records in that punishment phase if they did something against you. So we make sure we try to cross all the T's and dot all the I's when it comes to this. So we are here for that. And if you guys can think of anything else, don't be afraid to let me know, and I'll let Victoria know. And I don't mind going back down there testifying and say, hey, we need to change this. We forgot about this. So yes.
Trailblazer, the Masters Act. Lavinia, Masters Act.
Thank you.
All right, that was a great testimony. Good information for ladies who have endured, who have gone through, something similar. Your book, Breathe Again. Where do they purchase your book at, Lavinia?
Was it Amazon? Yeah, Amazon.
On Amazon.
And then the Genie in the Bottle is on